if you're on mute.
Okay, let's get started. And as I said, Latoya had them all right plus the bonus. And Audrey had them all right, and only missed 2. Excellent. Audrey, you hear me? Okay.
Audrey,
I can hear you, Maureen.
you can hear me.
Yeah.
But Miss Barbara tell you that all right different to 2.
This is
But
the
you ain't
2.
hearing. Yeah, but you ain't hearing. You don't
Uh-uh.
on mute.
Nah, I on mute.
You go on mute.
Yeah, I did.
Can you hear Miss Barbara?
I
Can
can
you hear
you,
me?
Miss Barbara.
Yes.
I can hear you.
You can hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Very good. Okay, let's get started. Number 1. Audrey, I don't know if you heard me, but I said you was excellent on the assignment. You only missed 2.
Which is the 2 I missed.
I sent you an email. Wait, just a minute, I'll tell you.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get the email? I sent the email and the results. But let me just tell you.
I feel his number 7 and something else. That's what I feel.
Well, let's see. What did you miss? I've got it recorded here. Okay, you.
Number 6 and 7.
No, 7 and 8.
Oh, 7 and 8.
Yes. No, you
Oh.
had 6 correct. You missed 7 and 8. We'll go over it. And
Okay.
number 9.
I was saying it was D. I didn't sure. Huh?
Okay, number 9, you gave me a number, an answer, but you really only supposed to pick the setup. But I gave you credit because the answer that you gave me was correct. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go through the problems. And the first one, Mercedes. How do we solve number 1? Mercedes, are you there?
7 and 8.
Mercedes, are you there?
Yes, sorry, I'm sorry. I was on
Okay.
mute.
All right. Now, the first one, how do you solve? Solving for X. How do you solve it?
Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add 3 on both sides.
Okay. And then what's the second thing you do?
You bring your 2x down.
Okay.
And your answer, which is 10, down.
Okay.
Then you're going to divide on both sides.
Okay. And your answer is what?
X equal 5, which answer A.
Very good. A. Okay. So you got the 10 and X equal 5. Maureen, is that what you got? Did you do number 1?
I didn't do none at all, Miss Barbara.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do them in class. So X is 5.
Miss, would you believe that's the only one I get to do because they changed my shift Wednesday and I have to find my way home in the night.
Oh boy.
Must be for a pain.
Answer A.
But I work
Okay.
with it.
All right. So that was pretty clear cut. Maureen, I think you could do number 2. Correct?
Oh, you don't think so.
You want to try it?
Maureen, do your homework.
You heard Latoya.
No
She
excuse.
gave you your
Latoya,
marching.
Mercedes, I'm tired of your excuses. You're not doing
I had a problem with my hands. When my hand hurt, I can't press on it.
Did y'all hear my assistant talking to y'all?
Yes, yes.
So the bull crap, I don't have time to do it. No one to do.
Listen to my assistant. She can afford to say that because she had them all right, include the bonus.
Yep.
No, but I'm so tired of it. Miss Barbara never miss a homework for me.
You know,
I'm
different,
tired too.
you know, different bar. You don't know what's going on in our bar. Our bar is wicked. I work in Westchester. Is it? Telling you.
Latoya got a problem with my hand, right? So when my hand hurt me, I can't press on it.
Now, Maureen is in therapy for her hand, Latoya, so you got to relax on her, okay? Latoya?
Listen,
Relax
you
on
right with the
Maureen.
left.
And
You
I
can
just
use the other
want to
hand.
see,
Maureen is, Maureen, Latoya's a tough taskmaster.
I'm telling you. And the taskmaster wasn't tough on her, you know.
Okay,
Always say
Just
so.
Maureen. Well, you're
sorry,
not using your hand, Maureen. You're telling me what to do. What should I do first? 2x
Inside.
plus 10 equals 76. What do I do first, Maureen?
You subtract 10 from both sides.
That's right. And what do I get?
66.
Okay, 2x
2x.
equals 66. Okay. And what do you do next, Maureen, to get x?
Oh boy, yeah.
What do?
You
You
take
want
it,
to,
2 from both sides, you divide.
yeah, divide both sides by 2,
by
right?
2,
So what do you
yeah.
get, Maureen?
33.
33. So what's the answer?
See,
Excellent. Okay. Answer C. Okay. Now, Audrey, number 3. What do we do to solve number 3? That's
Oh,
one
we
you got.
subtract 8x from both sides.
Audrey, number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3, you subtract what?
Okay, it's you multiply the 2 by the 5x, you get 10x.
Okay.
And multiply the negative 2 by 2, and you get 4. That is
Okay.
equal to 8x.
Okay.
And then
So
you subtract
is that a
the
negative 4 or plus 4?
negative 4.
Okay. Negative 4. And that's equal to 8x. And what do we do next?
You take you subtract 8x from the 10x from both sides.
Okay. So that would give you what? 2x
2x
equal what?
minus 2x
what do we-
minus 4 equals negative 2.
No. 2x minus 4 equal what?
Yeah. 8 from 10 is 2, right? 2x. And 8 from 8, you get 0. You take another 4, which is negative 4. And
So
the
this
x,
is a 0 right here, right? You
there.
subtract 8x from 8x, don't you get 0?
Right, yes.
Okay. So what is x equal to?
So x is equals to, God, it's 2.
Yeah, x
Negative.
equal,
The divide the 2x.
divided 2, well,
They divide both sides by the 2x.
you mean by the 2.
By the 2, sorry, by the 2.
Okay. And then if we, how do we get this constant on the right side? Somebody turn off the phone, please.
2x.
Mhm.
Divide the 2 by both sides.
Well, that minus 4 you add, so you'd have a plus 4, wouldn't you? If you add a plus 4 to the left and a plus 4 to the right, you get just 2x on the left, and this would be a 4. So wouldn't that
Right.
just be 4 divided by 2?
By 2.
And that's equal to what?
By 2.
Okay, what's
It's
4
2.
divided by 2 is 2. So that's answer what?
Answer C.
Answer C. Very good.
Wow, I do that to get that one right.
You had that one right, Maureen?
Yeah, yeah.
Mercedes, you had that one right? Mercedes, are you there?
I do 4.
I'm here, sorry.
Okay, did you get
I
number
do
3
4.
correct? You following?
No, there's a little part of it I didn't get. Oh, she get the 0.
Okay,
I didn't get to do this one.
okay, let's go to Audrey. Ask Audrey what you need to know, Mercedes.
Okay, after you get the 10 minus 4 equal 8x, how do you get the?
You subtract the 8x from both sides.
Okay, subtract 8x.
Yeah, 10x minus 8x. Audrey did, she got 2x,
Right.
right?
You-
And
when you-
8x minus 8x is 0.
So,
Oh, you take away the 8 from the 10 and
The 8x.
yeah, slash.
Yeah, because you want to get all your variables over on the left. So
And then
she
two-
subtracts
okay.
her 8x from both sides. 10x
Mhm.
minus 8x is 2x. Minus
Mhm.
4 is 0. Then she added her 4 to both sides. 2x equal plus 4 and divided 2 into the 4 to get x. And she got a 2. Is that clear, Mercedes?
Okay, so the last part she divided 2 into 4, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Add first, you
Add
add
the
the
first
4 to
side.
both sides. She right, Audrey?
Yes.
She added a 4 to both sides, Mercedes. That gave her a plus 4 on the right and a 0 on the left. So she left with 2x equal 4. And then she divided by the 2, and 4 over 2 is 2. Mercedes, did that answer your question?
To be sure that's how she does it.
I'm sorry.
I was just want to be sure it's the same way I have it.
Yeah, okay. Some of
Right,
the
okay.
steps are not here because I think some of these, you know, that when you're solving, trying to get your constants on the right and your variables on the left, sometimes you subtract, sometimes you add. And then once you get a coefficient with the variable, then you divide by the coefficient and just get the variable, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of pretty standard procedure. Mercedes, are you okay? I don't
Yes,
want
I'm
to.
fine. Thank you with that one. I'm
Okay,
good.
I just don't want to go past you. Okay. All right, Latoya, are you there?
Yeah, Miss Drama.
How do you
Yeah.
solve number 4?
The
That the one you
difference
said,
between the
that the
two
one said
numbers
you
is
guess?
30.
Okay,
Yeah, I guess this one, I said x minus 30.
okay, you guessed. Anybody figure it out?
No, miss.
It says that the difference between two numbers is 30. And
Okay,
if the bigger number is x, then what is the smaller number? So if x is the bigger number, that means then you got to subtract the 30 from the x. So it'd be x minus 30.
okay. In words, what Audrey is saying is she's saying, if the difference is 30, that means, let's just put it in words. That means the bigger number minus the smaller number is equal to 30, right?
mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it would be in words. If you put some little labels on this, let's just call this one X. Okay, we'll call that X minus, and we'll call that one Y, and that's equal to 30, right? Now, the smaller number, let's just make this a little x. So the smaller number, then it will be equal to what? If you solve for the y and plus the y on both sides, that would give you the y on the right, and then subtract the 30. That gives you y equals x minus 30, and that's your answer A. So if you put it in words like this, the difference, the bigger number is x, and then the smaller number is subtracted from it. So if you want to just get the smaller number, and I just put a variable on it, that would be equal to x minus 30, like Audrey said. So answer A.
So, miss, I do
Question,
it another way.
questions on number 4?
Yeah, miss.
Not really for me, because I had that answer.
You had that
Yeah,
answer? What is it,
Yeah.
Mercedes?
I got the same answer, but I did a different way. I cross multiply and divide.
You cross multiplied what?
And divide. Okay, I put
How,
x.
what did you cross multiply?
I put x upon 2.
You put what?
X like a fraction x upon 2. And then I have 30
Where did you get a 2 from?
because it says two
It's like
numbers.
two numbers between,
Yes,
but then you
No, it says the difference.
Difference.
That's a
two
subtraction.
numbers. Yeah.
yeah.
The difference between two numbers is 30. Difference means a subtraction, Mercedes.
Yes. So
So
I
where
use
did you get a division from?
Or she says she cross multiply and then divide.
Yeah, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
where did she get a division from?
I says, I'm telling you that I say 2 30 60 and 2 into 6 is 30.
Yeah, but
She do
where,
it like a ratio.
what?
She do it like a ratio.
What's the ratio?
There's no ratio. They would let us use my head to get the 30. If I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
But
but
she said she multiply 2 by 30
Right there.
and get 60 and then divide it by 2 and get 30.
but that's not X minus 30.
That's what she said.
Well, I don't know, but I still get 30. X man, that's the same A answer I got. And I did it like that.
Yeah, I
don't see
think that was luck. Because what you did, Mercedes, does not make sense to me. It doesn't really make sense.
I'm looking
What
at
you
you.
said you did.
Okay, it's 3 hours.
Because you said you put X over 30, right?
No, over 2.
Didn't you say you put X over 30?
No, X over 2.
X
I'm
over 2 equal what?
30 over X. So I find a different math world and get the answer.
I think she said it like a ratio and proportion of his college.
Well, I know that's what
Yeah.
she said, but I'm wondering how
Yeah.
she got that answer as
I
a,
got the
was
answer.
okay, let me put down what you said you did. You said you put X over 2, right? Is that what you said, Mercedes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You said you put X over 2. Because there's always more than one way of getting an answer. That's what I want to see what you did. And you said this was equal to 1?
30
30.
over X.
Another X?
Mhm.
They said it
But
was.
cross multiply, you're going to get X squared. And you had this over X?
Yes,
But what's X times X?
X.
No, X times X is X squared. You follow what I was saying? I don't know how you
Okay,
got that.
okay.
You
So
see,
put
X
one.
cross multiplies X squared equals 60.
When Miss Barbara can put 1 there, move the X then. You get the same thing.
What is it?
Move the X and put 1, you get the same thing.
1 where?
Under the 30. You're gonna get the same answer.
No, I'll get X equals 60. If I put a 1 here and cross multiply Mercedes, I get
Yeah.
X times 1 is X equal 30 times 2 is 60. I get X
And it-
equals 60.
And I still divide by the 2, which is the subject, and I get 30.
Yeah, but when you cross multiply, you get X equals 60. That's what I'm
I said-
saying. You
I
kind of
said
lucked up
2
on an
times
answer,
30.
but it doesn't make sense from what you set up.
Well, that's why I keep my X. Or just don't put nothing there. And I say 2 times 30 is 60. And the same 2 I used to divide 60 and I get 30.
But you said you set it up as a ratio proportion. X over 2
Yeah.
equals 30 over 1, right?
You were saying it can be X again. So I said, well, we could use 1 then.
But if you do it so that 1 is a 60 is what?
But X
Yeah.
over 2
If say 'cause that
equals
30
30
is
over
go-
1. X is 60, Mercedes.
Yes, but you can't get, yes.
So I can't divide it by 2 again. That's what you're saying. Stop there.
But why would you divide it by
Why?
2 again? That's still not gonna give you
Because in
X
your- in
minus
your-
30.
In your A to D answer, there is no 60, so I have to work it down somehow.
But you can't use two. anyway, you
Mercedes,
see.
I still
Only
say,
we can
you
get
just,
30 to use two.
you did what Latoya did, except you went a long way to guess.
Oh, Lord.
Right,
Right.
Latoya? She guessed too, but she went a long way to guess and made up some numbers. Because what you told me does not give X minus 30. That's
Yeah.
okay, as long as you get the answer.
Hey, show me how that Toya did hers again.
She guessed.
So, oh, she get this Y. Where get this Y from?
And no why she was only just giving us
No,
a
no,
demonstration.
what I
why.
said, Mercedes, I said it says the difference between the numbers is 30, right?
Yes.
The bigger number is X. So I say my bigger number is X, my smaller number, I'm just calling it Y, right? So if I solve this for Y, I get Y equal X minus 30. That's my answer.
So, since it's two numbers, between two numbers is 30.
Yeah, the difference between the two numbers is 30. That means the bigger number, and if I subtract the smaller number from it, I get 30. So I wrote it out in words. Bigger number minus smaller number equals 30, right? Then I just assign some variables to it. I say X, I'll let X be my bigger number, let Y equal my smaller number, and that's equal 30. So if I solve this for Y, I'd add Y to both sides. That gives me Y equals, this would just be X equal 30 plus Y. And then if I solve for Y, Y is equal to X minus 30. And that's answer A.
Oh boy, that's so confusing.
You follow what I said? But do you understand the words here? If the difference is 30, that means the smaller number subtracted from the bigger number is 30.
So if you subtract 30 from 40, you have 10 leaves. So the answer is supposed to be 10 then.
No. I'm not subtracting 30. I'm saying that I said the difference. What is a difference, Mercedes? A difference is a result of a subtraction,
Yes.
right?
So
So
you got to get, you got to get 30 from a number. The answer 30 from some number to get 30. You
no.
take-
I've got to subtract two numbers and get a
Oh.
30.
You have to
My
take
bigger number minus
Mhm.
my smaller number is 30, right?
Okay.
There's my smaller number. I just called it Y.
Okay.
If I solve this equation for Y, I get Y equal X minus 30.
Okay, let me ask the question right there, Miss Barbara. If you put
Okay.
Y under my 30, what happened?
I'm sorry,
If you put Y under my 30, what happened?
put Y
Under my 30.
right here.
Yeah.
I get XY equals 60. That's still not the answer
Oh Lord.
because X times Y is XY.
So something is missing for me to get, should get in the 30 then.
All you
Yeah.
should say then is how much is 30? 30 and what? Subtract from this number, give you 30.
Exactly.
60. Just say 60. Subtract 30 and you know that X is 30. This is the larger number.
Oh, so 60 will be right because that's where you will get 30 from. So that's correct. So I'm right still, right?
No?
No,
No, there's no 60 answer.
Then the 60 and the other is just trying to reference. You know?
It
That
doesn't
60 is a
really,
bigger
it
number
doesn't
than
really
30.
have to be 60,
You know that
right?
60 is a bigger number than 30.
There's more than
So
one
S could be
number
30.
you can
S could be
subtract.
60, but that's what they
Ah,
tell you.
you get
Yeah.
30. I know. That's what I
If your
meant.
difference
40.
is 30, there's several numbers could match here to
Right.
give you 30, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I mentioned 30 from 40, leave 10.
No, but I'm saying there are other numbers because
Or 10, or 10 from 40, leave 60.
No,
80
something from
minus
40.
80 minus 50 is 30. So there are
Right.
many
Any number, right.
numbers
Yeah.
that you can subtract and get 30.
I
But
get
what the
30,
point you
right.
need to make here, and this is the
Yeah.
most
Is the X.
important, is that
X.
if your difference is 30, it's your bigger number minus your smaller
Oh.
number to give you 30. That's your key right there. When you read this and it says your difference between the two numbers is 30, the bigger number, you subtract the smaller number, you get
You
30.
get 30.
You don't care what the numbers are. It's not asking you
Okay.
that. It's
Right.
telling you the difference. When
The
you
number
subtract
is-
smaller number from bigger number, you get 30. So just take this, and you don't really have to put the X and Y. You could just say smaller number
It's
is
30.
equal to what? Bigger number minus 30. That's a minus. So if you add, then it would be smaller number on the right
Yeah, I comprehend,
equal
Barbara.
bigger number minus 30. And that's
Yeah,
the X minus 30.
Yeah.
Got
Comprehend
it?
that. Yes, yes.
Questions?
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, all I'm saying, Mercedes, is you did a guess too, but you did it kind of unorthodox way. That does not give you what you got. So it's still a guess. But that's okay. You got the right answer. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to number 5. Number 5, Maureen. What is the slope format of a line with points? Now remember we said the points were X, Y, X, Y, right? So you have 2 points. So you could call one X1, Y1, X2, Y2, right? So
Mhm.
I said to use the slope, Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. And I suggested you label these. So this will be X1, Y1, X1, Y1. So what are your Y values, Maureen?
My Y values is 1 and minus 2.
That's right. 1 and minus 2. What are your X values?
0 and minus 2.
No, 0 and what? There's 1 right there, 0. What's your X
Yeah.
right here?
Oh yeah, 1.
1. Yeah, because the X is first. This is XY, right? Remember I say when you put the points, you put them as XY, right? So this will be X,
Oh, shit.
Y.
I got so much
The
numbers.
X
here.
always come first, right?
Okay.
Okay, Maureen, if that's the
Yeah,
case, then
wait,
what
wait, I
answer would be correct? When
I
you
had so much different numbers, but my that was you get me figure out.
what?
Not in this Bible.
Okay, did you pick the answer?
Okay. Let me see. It's X, Y, 2.
So what goes in the numerator? The difference in the Y values. So what are your Y values again?
My Y value is 2 and 1.
You mean minus 2
Oh yeah, minus 2
and a 1.
and 1.
Okay, so which one has minus 2 minus 1?
D.
But so does A.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Uh-huh.
minus 2 goes with the what?
The
Minus 2.
go-
Mhm.
Okay. With the
So
minus,
that's your
the
Y.
minus-
And this, what X goes with the minus 2?
a 1. No, minus 1.
No,
No.
0.
See, oh, well, we had to do this
X,
for you
Y,
guys.
X, Y. These are pairs, right? That's
Yeah.
an X and a Y. That's an X and a Y. So that would be a 0 and then minus another X and a 1. Okay. So what would be your answer?
Yeah, Miss Barbara. I think I got it right down wrong anyhow.
Okay.
1 minus 2x, right? No, 1x. 1x minus 2 is y, right?
What?
And then 0 right? And 2, right?
This is a X, this is a Y, this is a X, this is a Y. Now you can label this X1, Y1. You can label this X2, Y2, or you could do it verse. You could label this as 2 and this is 1.
And
But-
I get him mixed up these numbers.
You
But
get
she said
these-
what? She said to use the slope. Which slope to use? She told you to use the slope.
Yeah, I gave you the formula.
Okay,
All right.
we got we
Let
got
me-
X1, Y1.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Because remember I say
Okay.
if you label them, it makes it easier, right? So
I
if you
wanna
call
know
this
these numbers.
X1, right? Comma Y1. Okay, then call this X2. Say the next one.
X1,
Call it
Y1.
X2 and
X2.
Y2. No, Y2. Because these are pairs, they go together. All right, so I'm calling this X1. Let's just put little x. So I label them. Okay, this is a comma.
X1, Y1.
Yeah, X1, Y1, and X2, Y2. And then it's just a matter of substituting. Right? So you said you took the -2 for the Y and -1 for the other Y. And that goes with what? This Y2 goes with the X, which is a 0, and then -1. So the answer is what?
B.
B. That's right. Answer B. Any questions on number 5?
My question is on Blanca's paper.
What is it, Mercedes?
That slope is my enemy. I don't get it.
But
Not in
do
part of-
you understand this formula right here?
No, not at all.
The slope is the difference in the Y values over the difference in the X values.
Okay.
All
Can
right.
you set it up straight, Miss Barbara?
I'm sorry.
Can you set it up straight?
What do you mean up straight?
Okay.
What's up straight? I've got it difference.
Like how
over-
you say you got it like this?
Y2,
You see
Y1.
how you got? You see how you got the answers? Can you
Yes.
set it up? Can you set it like that? Like if it's X1, Y1, X2, Y2. But it's X1, right? Y1, X2, Y2, right? So how did you do that to get help B?
Well, I label them. You see this right here, Maureen?
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
X1 is 1, Y1
Uh.
is 1, X2 is 0, Y2 is -2. Okay, now all you need to do is plug them into this formula. Y2 minus Y1. Now, if I chose Y2 as a -2 and my X2 is a 0, then in my numerator, I'll have -2 minus 1,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So which ones have -2 minus 1? A and B, right?
Mhm.
Okay, now between A and B, which one would you pick? See, -2, that's what? That goes with this one, and the 0, it goes with the X2,
X1.
right?
Oh, I
So
see.
you see, okay.
Yeah.
So that means that these are pairs. So if I have a -2 here, I have to have a 0 X here. And of course the -1, and I have the X here.
Oh, I see.
So once you label them like I did here, then you substitute those values into this equation where Y2, well, difference of X divided by difference of Y. You got it? Mercedes, is that clear?
Sorry, miss. I have to listen to the recording again.
Okay, well, let's start here. I gave you the slope formula, right?
Okay, which is 1 in the bracket. You have 1, comma 1, right?
No. This is the formula right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
These are the
formula.
points.
Okay.
Here's the points. You have 2 points on the line. One of them has X and Y values of 1 and 1. Got
Okay.
it? The other point is 0 and a -2. Okay? In other words, X, Y, X, Y. I have 2 points. So I took those points and labeled them. I call my 1 my X1, this one my Y1. Okay? Now this other point, I called it 0 for X2 and -2 for Y2.
Mhm.
Mercedes, you with me?
You call it 0, Y2,
No,
or
no.
X, sorry,
X
X2.
always first. You
Oh,
never have Y before the X. That's why I put
okay.
here. It's always the X
First.
coordinate followed by the Y coordinate.
So you said 0 is X2.
Right. And it's paired with its Y -2, just like here. There's the point.
Yeah.
X and Y. You got it?
Okay.
And then this other point has X of 1 and Y of 1. So I labeled 1 X1 and 1 Y1. Got me?
Okay. Okay.
Now, once I label them, it's just a matter of putting them in the formula. What's your Y2, Mercedes?
So my
Look
Y2.
right here. What's the Y2?
Where she is? Where she? Oh
Right
yeah.
here.
Okay. Down there now. So you're asking me what's my Y?
2. Because I labeled them. So what did I label as Y2?
What you label as Y2? Is it Y1?
No. It's a number. It's a -2. You got to get the number from the point on the line.
Oh.
You
So
got
Y2
me? So the Y2 is a -2. There
two.
we go.
Okay.
The Y1, I go over here to my other set, and that's a
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
right? So that would be -2, -1. That's what you see in A and B, right? Then
Mhm.
my X2 and my X1, that would be a 0. There it is right there for my X2. And my X1 is a 1. So that would be the denominator then would be 0 minus 1. Because see, 1 minus 0 would be mixing it up. See, that's an X1 and an X2. And it's supposed to be X2 minus X1.
Okay.
Is that clearer?
Yes, Miss Barbara. Thank you.
Yeah, but if you think you may get them mixed up, that's why I suggest you just label them. Just put the X1 over its value, the Y1 over its value, the X2 value, put that over its value, and then the Y2 over its value. Then you can just substitute in the formula right here. Got it? But the key is don't mix them up. This is a set of XY. This is a set of XY. You can't mix up these X and Ys. This is the first set, so you label it 1. Second set, label it 2. But it doesn't matter. You could have labeled this one 1 and this one 2, but you don't mix them. They're all 2s, all 1s, and you don't mix them. You got it? Got it?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Any questions on number 5? Okay, so that's the way you find the slope, by finding the difference in the Y values divided by the difference in the X values. Okay, let's go to number 6.
1 second, Miss Barbara. I'm coming back right back.
Okay, let's go to number 6. I'll put this all on the next side. Now, we want to find the slope and the Y-intercept. Now, you remember what I told you was the standard y slope intercept formula. Let me just make that
You
bigger.
mean like y equals mx plus b?
You got it, Maureen. You right on the money. Okay. So all you need to do is just write that formula. Y, like Maureen just told you, y equal mx
Plus
plus b. Now, Maureen, which one of these is the slope? At y, and make that bigger.
the y is the y. The y is the mx is the slope.
No, no.
The y intercept.
This is the y-intercept formula. Y
Y-intercept.
equal mx plus b.
Yes.
What is the slope, Maureen? M.
Or m?
M equals slope.
Yeah, you're right.
And b equal y-intercept. So so from the formula, we know what they are, so we can just pick them out of the formula. So let's see, let's just put that here. Make that bigger. Okay, now here's the formula. Y equal minus 4x plus 10. What's the coefficient of that x, Maureen?
The what? The coefficient of the 4?
Okay, the coefficient is the negative 4.
4, yeah.
Negative 4, right? Don't throw away your sign. Coefficient is a negative 4.
Negative 4.
Let me put that there. Okay. So for y equal mx plus b, what is m, Maureen? M is what? Right there.
Is the 4.
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
Negative 4. All right. So when we substitute here, this will be minus 4x plus b. So the slope here is going to be negative 4. What's the y-intercept, Maureen?
10.
10, that's right, because it says 4x minus 4x plus 10. So the y-intercept would just be equal to 10. So what answer is that? Minus 4 and a 10.
C.
That's it. Answer C. Very good. So you just look at this slope-intercept formula. The coefficient of the x is the slope. That's the minus 4. And the constant is the y-intercept. Questions on number 6? You had that one right, Audrey.
I
Yeah.
had it right too.
You had it right? Okay.
Yeah. The only certain was that you going to do everything. But it was
Okay.
I going to tell you if I get the right or wrong.
Okay. Now let's do number 7. Now number 7 was a bonus because I didn't go over the point slope, but I gave you the formula and I wanted you to solve it. Okay. So Audrey, what happened? I don't think you solved
I
this.
just messed up that 6 here. I didn't understand that whole period.
Oh, you didn't
That 6. I
understand
never
this
seen
one?
that with a 6 in there. I never seen that with a 6 before.
Okay. Okay, so we want to find the correct point slope. Now here again, you've got 2 y values and 2 x values. So this is similar to the one we did before, except I said y1, y2, but it's the same kind of problem. So that means
Okay, but what happened? I don't know what happened to do with 6.
2 and negative 3, that's like what? X and y,
Y.
and this is
Y.
X and y.
Yeah.
So you could really take those and label them.
Y. Yeah.
Okay.
X is a 2 and 5 is a 2. is
Yeah,
the X.
just take them and label them. Let me just,
I had it with that too, but then I didn't know without 6. That's what happened.
okay. You didn't know what to do with this. Oh, the 6
Yeah.
is the slope. That's the M, Audrey.
Yeah,
There
so
you
that
go,
I
right
just,
there.
I
Okay.
just look at
So,
2, 5,
so let me just
5, 2.
put this all on another line so we can do it all on one frame. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now you can take these 2 points and label them. 2, -3, x, y. 5, 4, x1, y1. So do that. Label these, and then it's a matter of substituting the formula. Okay. So let's just take those and label them. Now, notice we have y and x and y1, x1. So you can label these. You could call this x, and this is y, and this is x1, and this is y1. So let's just put the labels over them. So that's x,
X is equals
comma,
to
y, and this is x1. Let's put here x1, comma, y1. So it's no different from the one we had before, except we had x1 and x2. But here it's just x and x1. So you can label them. You follow what I did here? 2, we call it x. -3 is y. 5 is x1, and 4 is y1. Everybody with me?
Trying to.
Okay.
I got Y as 3.
So,
Okay.
so then it's a matter of substituting in the formula, right?
Right.
Now let me just,
X.
so you take
So
this
it's the X on
formula
four. Right, so she says
and then
X.
substitute those values. And we know the slope is 6, because that's what we were told. It was 6, right? So let me just put this all on another
4 minus 2X.
frame.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay. Now here's the formula I need you to substitute in right here.
2X and 3X.
Okay. Now what is y, Audrey? Got them labeled.
Y is 3. and
-3. Don't throw away the sign. -3. What is y1?
4.
That's right. So -4. So we got that one, right? Equal.
Right.
What is the slope, Audrey?
You said the slope is 6.
That's right, 6. And what is x?
X is 2
That's
minus
it.
5.
And then x1 is 5. That's it. And that's 5. Okay. So which one does that match? Let's go back up here. Minus, let's see. -3 -4.
Oh.
6 times 1 minus 5. Which one does that match? Is it there? Go here, make sure we. Okay, 2 minus 3 and 5 and 4. There we go. X, Y, and X, Y. So we substituted in X. I'm sorry, Y. Y is -3, Y1 is 4, and X is X is 2, and x1 is 5. So where do we get 1 here? X is 2. So -3 minus 4. -3 minus 4 equals 6 times 2 minus 5.
We don't got the trees, you got fours. You got 4, 2, 4, 5.
Yeah, that
The
was,
answers.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. Okay, so let's make sure we substituted. Okay, so the y is a -3, the y1 is a 4. Okay, the m is the slope 6, and the x is a 2, and the x1 is a 5. So it should be -3 minus 4 equals 6 times 2 minus 5. And I think we don't have the answer there.
You don't have the answer there.
No,
Mm-mm.
because this says minus,
that-
so
Yes.
that's like 4 minus 3. This is 4 plus 3. So the answer is not there actually. So that one you should get credit for regardless what you had. So the answer would be, let me just put the answer here that we got. This is the answer right here. This is the answer. So let me just put here E, and I'll just put that answer there. That's the answer. So the answer is E. Okay.
-3.
Yeah, -3 minus 4 is slope
That's 4.
times 2 minus 5. Okay. Questions? But this is similar to that slope intercept. And the only difference is that we had a y and a y1, and the other one we had a y1 and a y2. And here we have an x and an x1, and on the other one we had an x1 and an x2. But you label them the same though. You call the first set x and the next set x1, y1. Okay, that's why I label them. Go back here. X, Y, and X1, Y1.
Mhm.
And we were told that the slope was 6 right here. There we go. And M is the slope. There we go. Questions on 7? So 7, I'll have to. So Audrey, 7 you'll get credit for because I didn't give you the answer. So that would change your score. Questions? 7. All right, let's look at number 8. And Audrey, you want to solve number 8?
I don't know what he did here. Okay, it says that to complete a job, 3 workers get paid at a rate of $20 per hour. So that means it would have been 60 hours. And this is 12 hours. No, yeah, right.
How many hours did the 3 workers spend on the job? They get paid at a rate of 20 an hour. The
Mhm.
total pay was $240.
How many hours did the 3
How
work?
many hours did the 3 workers spend on the job?
Miss, this is saying that
Thank you.
Yeah,
Was
Miss
it
Cora.
over 20?
What are you saying, Mercedes?
are you saying we must find what the three different price for the 3 workers?
No. How many
Mhm.
hours did the 3 workers
I mean,
spend on the
2
job?
hours. The hours. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
the hour, you're getting the hours that the 3 workers spent on the job. So 3 workers on the job could be like 3 hours, 4 hours, but that's for the 3 workers.
oh,
Okay.
let me go
But
back
they
and-
paid at a rate of 20 and the total pay was 240.
Mhm.
And they were getting $20 an hour.
Mm.
So how many hours did they spend on the job? How many hours did the 3 workers spend on the job?
So, Miss, you're saying
120 hours?
total
How
paid
many?
for?
120 hours?
Oh, 120. No.
No.
Too
I take the
many.
spend 60 hours. I take the spend 60 hours.
Miss Barbara. Question.
Yes,
The total amount of money, that's 240, go for the three person?
yes, the total pay for the job.
Okay, for the 3
3
person.
workers, see, to complete a job, 3 workers got paid. So that job was 240 paid to those 3 workers who worked at a rate of 20 per hour.
Okay,
40.
person.
You say it, Audrey.
Huh?
I thought you said an answer.
I said 40.
You
I
said
said 40.
40?
Yeah.
No, that's
No.
they didn't spend
much.
40.
4 hours.
I don't know why we're here. Because I was thinking that each of them were.
About 12 hours?
No.
No, I thought it was individually, but it is.
It's 3
12.
workers working together on a job and they got paid together
240.
40
Right.
and
So
their
it's
rate was
240
20 an hour.
divided by 3. It's been 4, 6, 60.
So how many hours, Maureen? You're on the right path.
6 hours.
No. Maureen, you're going right. What's the answer?
60 hours?
Oh no, 60 hours.
Way over.
No.
4 hours, Miss Barbara.
4 hours. Tell us how you got it, Latoya.
Three,
Hello,
120.
Lakaya, it was you to answer, please.
4 hours.
Where you
That's,
answer? I know
that's
4 hours.
correct. Latoya's got it. So how do you get the 4, Latoya? Tell everybody how you got the 4.
I'm gonna look up this result.
Come on, put your mouth and let me hear, man.
And it was
No, listen to Latoya. She's gonna tell you how you got the 4
Miss
hours.
Barbara, I was talking because I know it was 4 also.
Oh, I didn't hear your 4 hours. Let's see.
I didn't say it, I was saying.
Oh,
okay.
you didn't say it. You thought it. Come on,
Oh, I was
Latoya.
sorry.
Tell us how you got the 4 hours.
I know
I
it.
said
Listen to Latoya.
20 over 4. Hear me, 20 over 4. 240 of
Divide.
Latoya.
240 divided by 20.
Yes.
Can I hear me?
Yes. And
Did you
then
hear? What did
See
she
the
say?
here?
240
Yes,
divided by 20 is what?
20.
it's 12.
Latoya?
It's 12 and I divide by 3. Because it's 3 people.
4.
Yes. Oh, you
And
could take the
therefore-
240 and divide it by 3 and they each got $80 divided
I
by
did it
20
too,
is
miss.
4 hours.
I did that too, miss. I did
Yeah.
all the way around.
Yeah. So there's a couple of ways you could do it. 240, and if they all getting the same rate, they're gonna be paid the same amount. So 240 divided by 3 people is $80, and divided by 20, that gives you 4 hours. Got it?
Yes.
Yep.
That's your answer, 4 hours.
40.
Remember, they all working together. One person may take 16 hours, but 3 people working together are gonna take less. So you were giving me really big numbers, but they didn't make sense because if they're getting 20 per hour, they're not going to be getting the amounts that you were saying. I mean, with the hours you were telling me, like 40 hours. What's 40 times 20? That's a lot more than 240, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so 4 hours is the answer. 240 divided by 3 is 80. Divided by 20 per hour is 4 hours. Okay, number 9. Number 9. Mercedes, you want to do number 9?
It says a car uses 12 gallons of gas to travel. Can you come down a little bit further, miss? Just pull down from your picture.
Okay,
Down.
I was getting this one off here so I can
Okay.
bring it down. Okay, here we go. Number 9.
A little bit more, yeah. Okay, a car
Okay.
uses 12 gallons of gas to travel 100 miles. What equation is correct? What's that?
Which equation is correct?
2? I don't see the word. It's in your picture. How many gallons would you need it? You want to slide on a little bit.
Okay.
Not the size, miss. It's in front of, right, that's it. Okay. Which equation is correct to calculate how many gallons would be needed to travel? What? 450 miles?
150 miles. Right? This is
12
the
gallons.
ratio proportion, right?
Okay.
Mercedes, you were on that ratio proportion before. So what's your ratio proportion here?
Okay, my ratio proportion
How
is
would you set it up?
12. Let me see. 12 over 1. Okay.
12 gallons to go 100, right? So that's one of your ratios. In how many gallons to travel? 450.
450.
So how would that look as a ratio proportion?
400 over 12. No, I want it on the other side. So it's
Tell me what to write.
450 over 100 times.
Okay, you want 450 over 100. That's it. But
I'm not
450.
sure, Mom.
That's miles, right? Over 100. What is that equal to?
So
Excuse me.
the 12
Well,
hours, the same is?
Excuse.
For 450, you're looking for the gallons for 450. So that what would that be equal to?
So what's the 12 for? Oh, the
Is
12 is
Grandma
coming.
talking to me or she not there?
Try to Mercy's.
Oh,
450 over 100 equal what, Mercedes?
50 over equal. Okay, that's
Equal what?
a 4.5 times.
No. What's the other
12.
ratio over here on the right side?
12.
Equal one? You gotta give me two things, you know? You can't give me one, you gotta give me two, because it's a 2 to a 2, right? Let me make this. Okay. So what is this equal to? 450 over 100 would be equal to what, Mercedes?
4.5.
No, I need a fraction over here.
4.5.
No, I need a
Or
fraction.
12.
450 over 100 equal what? Well, 450, we're trying to find the gallons for 450. So that would be our unknown. We'll just call it N, right?
Okay.
Over 12.
Over
So
12
let's
then.
put our 12. So that'll be N. Let's see. We're looking for gallons. So gallons was let's see, 450
Okay,
miles,
450
gallons,
divided by
100 over 12, right?
that should equal to,
That would be, now, really all you have to do is cross multiply and see which one of those is equal to that.
okay. So
So which one would it be? When you cross multiply, what do you get here?
say 12 times 450. That multiplied by 12 give you 5400. Divide by
No,
100.
you just have to do a setup. So this is 450 times
Right.
12
Okay.
divided by 100.
Yes, that's what I just
So,
said.
so what answer is that?
Okay, your answer is exactly 54.
No, I don't need you to solve it. It says
Okay.
which equation is
Oh,
correct.
which equation is correct?
Yes,
Okay, hold on. That's nice.
because I think, Audrey, you solved it.
Or B.
Yes,
Yeah, but
answer
yeah,
B.
what happened is I had it circled and then I had it at the side what it would be, and I go and put in that and left off the one I circled, the answer of B.
Yeah, that's okay. You had it correct. The 54 gallons, I think you had. And so I gave you credit for it, but you only had to pick the setup.
The setup, right?
Yeah,
I had
once
to,
you
yeah.
cross multiply 450 times 12 divided by 100. So answer B. Okay. Mercedes, you were trying to solve it, but we didn't ask that. It says which equation is correct, right?
Yes. Yes.
Audrey went ahead and solved it. It's okay.
But I get a plus because I solve it and I get the answer still.
Yes,
Compliment
Mercedes,
myself.
you do get a plus.
I compliment
Okay, let's look. Okay, which of the following equations is a linear equation? Okay, Maureen,
Oh boy, me again. Thing now.
you sound, you know who you're sounding like,
Yeah.
Marietta.
Yeah.
Tell I miss her.
Yeah, she's still in her.
Which of the following
She's still in
equations
rehab.
linear
Oh,
equation?
I'm gonna
Which of
pray
them?
for her.
Yeah.
Her name is Marianne. I'm gonna put her in prayer something Friday night.
Okay, which of the following equations is a linear equation? Maureen, which one?
Okay, for sure it's not A. I had put C.
And C is correct. Why C, Maureen?
Because I know it ain't got a Z or thing, and I know it ain't got a power. Yeah,
Well, the power is 1 on a linear.
yeah.
So that
So they got more, the bigger
eliminates
power.
B
Right,
and D,
right.
right?
Uh,
And A is eliminated because you can't have more than 2 variables. You got
I
3
know.
variables in
I
A.
know, yeah.
So answer C. Questions? Mercedes, you have that one correct?
Ma'am,
I know that was correct for it. Let me look at it, 'cause I know, but
I
a little
understand
air is too.
what happened now.
What is it, Mercedes?
I understood the clearance what she'd give.
Oh, yeah.
make-
Well, this is mx plus b, right? Y equal mx plus b.
Yes.
4 is the slope, minus 6 is the y-intercept. And B and C, as I said, have powers greater than 1.
Yes.
So
yes.
this has a 3, this has a 2, so you eliminate that. A you'd eliminate because then the equations don't have more than 2 variables. And here you have X, Y, Z, too many variables. Okay. Now we want to look at, let's see, new share. I want to look at what we call simultaneous equations. What do you think that is? What do you think of simultaneous? Who's making noise?
And that was me turning the page.
Okay.
Okay. Miss it.
We want to
Yeah,
look
so you
at simultaneous equations. What do you think a simultaneous equation is? Anybody?
Continuously?
Audrey, what's a simultaneous equation?
I think it's continuously. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, not continuous. What is it? Anybody?
A continuation or something? I don't know.
It's two methods.
Instantly get the answer, miss.
They got here
What-
two methods used in solving similar. I don't know.
Now, what is a simultaneous equation?
Solving
Simultaneous
similar-
equations
Share,
or
sharing?
equate two
Oh,
equations with two variables.
Uh-huh.
Two
Okay.
equations with two variables. And we've been solving just one equation, right? But how do we solve where we have two equations and two variables? We call those simultaneous equations. And we have two ways we can solve them. One is called substitution. One is called elimination. All right. Now, let's take an example. And let's go through both of our methods. Now, you have two equations here. Let me make this bigger. Okay. You have x plus y is 24 and 2x minus y equal minus 6. And like I say, you can use the substitution method or you can use the elimination method. You decide which one you want to use once you look at both of them. Now, the substitution method is where you take one of the equations, solve it for one of the variables, and then you substitute that in the second equation, and that way you only have one variable that's unknown. Now, how does that work? Let's take these two equations and do our substitution. Okay. Now, this we'll call equation 1. That's 1. Okay. And this one we will call equation 2. Just so we don't get them mixed up. Okay. So what we can do is we can take equation 1 and solve it for x or y, and then substitute that value in the second equation. Then we'll have just one unknown. Now, if x plus y is 24, now we're using the substitution method. We're using the substitution method here. Okay. Now, so we can take equation 1 and let's just solve it for x. Let me just put here. Solve equation 1 for x. So Mercedes, equation 1 for x, what would that be? Here's equation 1. What would x be equal to?
Like 12. I don't know if I
No,
understood that
solve
correctly.
this equation for x. What is x equal to?
Oh, you mean like look at the top, x is 2, something like that?
No. Just take x plus y is 24 and solve for x. What would you do to solve for x?
Subtract.
To get
You
24?
subtract, right? What do you subtract, Audrey?
Subtract the
I don't understand this thing.
x.
I'm solving for x. What are you right? I subtract,
Subtract the
Audrey,
y.
but what do I
Huh?
subtract?
Subtract the y.
Subtract the y. So that becomes x equal 24 minus y. Mercedes, you follow me when I says solve that equation for x? Just like we've been doing, you subtract the y from both sides and you just get x equal 24 minus y. Everybody with me?
Mhm.
Okay, now, once you do that, now where you see the X in the second equation, you can put 24 minus Y. That's why we call it substitution. So we solved equation number 1 for X. Okay. And let's then go to our second step, substitute in 24 minus Y for X in equation number 2. So I'll say substitute value of X in equation number 2. Equation number 2. Okay. Now, so let me just take equation number 2. There's equation number 2. Let me just copy it. And I want you to tell me what to write. Okay, Audrey, what should I write here for X? What should I put here for X?
X. Okay. What you put
X,
for X?
for X, right? Here's X right there, right? 24 minus Y. So you're going to put that 24 minus Y there, right? That's what we mean by substitution. So instead of 2X, we say 2 times 24 minus Y, because that's what we found X to be equal to for equation number 1. Everybody with me?
Listen here.
Questions?
Listening.
Okay. All right. So let's just go to, all right. Okay, I'll put this on the next page because we're gonna run out of room here. Okay, now we multiply the 2 by what is in parentheses. So Mercedes, what do I get when I multiply 2 times 24 minus Y?
You're gonna get 48.
48. 2 times 24 is 48. And what do I get 2 times a minus Y?
2 times a minus, that's 2 minus 2Y.
Minus 2Y, very good, okay. Minus 2Y. And then we have the minus Y, right? And that's, of course, equal to the minus 6. Okay. Now, what else do we do, Mercedes? We want to solve for the Y. So what do we do now?
You're gonna add 2 on both sides, 2Y on both sides.
You're gonna add what?
Minus 2Y on both.
You got your Y's on the left side. You got them all together. What's a minus 2Y and a minus 1Y?
That's 3 Y's.
Minus 3Y. So
Minus 3 Y's.
minus 3Y. So we'd have 48 minus 3Y equal minus 6. Now, Mercedes, what do we do?
We're gonna add. We're gonna add 3 on both sides.
No, you've got your Y over here where you want it on the left. You need to get your constants together. You need to get the 48 with the minus 6. So what do you do?
48.
How do you get the 48 with the minus 6?
Just
we're going to add. I'm not sure right there, Miss Barbara.
Well, this is a plus 48. So if you wanted to get the 48 on the right side, you'd have to subtract the 48,
Yes,
right?
okay, yeah, okay.
You have to subtract the 48. So this becomes, let's see. Just copy that. Okay, so this would be minus 48. Okay, and on the right side, minus 48. Okay. On the left side, what do we have left, Mercedes?
Of 3y.
Minus 3y,
Right.
right? Minus 3y. Okay, so minus 3y, and what's on the left side, Mercedes?
Zero.
A minus 6 and a minus 48 equals what?
That is 42.
Minus adds
54.
minus 54. Thank you, Audrey.
Yeah.
Okay, Mercedes, what is y equal to then?
54 divided by 3.
So we go to division of divide 3 on both sides.
Minus 3 on both sides. So y will be equal to minus 54 divided by 3. And what's that equal to? Minus
18.
54 divided by negative 3. And what's that equal to, Mercedes?
18.
What is equal to?
18.
18. Okay. Okay. So we've got y equal 18. Now, what do you think our next step would be? Mercedes, we've got the value of y as 18. Now, how do we solve for x?
Oh, I'm blank again. I don't know what's step.
Well, no, you go back up here. If x plus y is 24, we go back to this equation. We know what y is, so we can figure out what x is, right? So let me just copy that here. Okay. Let's copy that equation. Now, if x plus y is 24 and y is 18, Mercedes, what is x?
Y is 18. It means x is 24.
X plus y, the sum is 24. That was our equation, right?
Yeah.
So we got x plus y is 24. We found y is 18. So let me just put it there. Only one number adds to 18 to give 24. What is that number? I'll say these.
Let's see.
6.
Only one number adds to 18 to give 24. What is that number, Mercedes?
The one number you say add to 18.
To get 24.
6.
6. Yeah, so x is 24 minus 18, and that's 6. So your answer would then be 24 minus 18 is 6. So your answer would be what? You have two answers. You have x equal 6 and y equal 18. So for simultaneous equation, you get values for two variables, because we'll only deal with 2. We won't go up to 3. So we'll have x is 16, y is 18. That's our answer. Okay, questions?
This is a long one.
And a shorter way that to be done.
That's using substitution. Now, you may want to use elimination, because elimination is fewer steps. That was substitution. Now you decide. Now let me go back to these two equations and we'll do the elimination method. And you're going to decide which way you want to go when you're solving these. Okay, so let me copy this. That was the substitution method. Now let's go to the elimination method. Okay, this is
Elimination like it's subtraction.
x plus y. I'm sorry, what is it? I'll say these.
Also, elimination is like a subtract.
Yeah, it could be subtracting or it could be adding. In other words, you want to eliminate one of your variables. Okay, so we want to use elimination. See which one you think is better. What's wrong, Maureen?
That's Yarny.
Yeah, I heard
I
you.
don't
With
think
I heard you with a big sigh. You got to go to mute when you sigh. Okay, we use substitution. Now we want to use elimination. Okay. Now, elimination, what we could do is we want to eliminate one of these. So now let me ask you, what do you think is the easiest way to eliminate one?
2x minus y.
What? What is it?
2x minus y.
No, we want to eliminate one of these variables. And you
Oh.
usually do that by adding the equations or subtracting the equations. Sometimes you may have to multiply and then add and divide. But looking at these two equations, what is the easiest way to do an elimination here?
Divide. I don't know.
No, x plus y is 24. 2x minus y is minus 6. Now, what do you see in common with these two equations?
they have X and Y.
Subtractions and addition.
No, they both have a 1y,
Oh,
right? You have a
Mhm.
1y, because remember default is a 1. You have a 1y here. You have a 1y here. And one is plus and one is minus. So what can you do? You can add them,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You can
Mhm.
add the equations and eliminate the y. So add the two equations. Add the two equations. So let's just take the two equations and add them. Okay. Most students like the elimination. Okay. But you know, it's your preference as to which one you want to do. Okay. Okay. So if I add these two, let me just draw a line here and add them. What's 2x plus x, Mercedes?
Say that again, miss. 2x
2x plus x.
That will be 3x.
3x, that's right, because x is 1x. So that's let me just put this here so it's bigger. 3x, so that would be 3x. And then plus y and a minus y is what, Mercedes?
Plus Y and a minus Y will give you Y.
No, 0.
Zero,
Plus
zero,
minus of the same variable
zero.
or number, variable number combination is 0.
Yeah, I just
So
catch on.
that's, remember that, that's plus 0. Now equal, now Mercedes, what's a 24 and a minus 6? Add the plus and a minus, what do?
You subtract.
You subtract, very good. So what do I get?
So you take away 6 from that, you're gonna get 18.
That's right. And my bigger number, absolute value is 24. It's a plus. So it's a plus. Now, if 3x plus 0 is 18, Mercedes. What is x equal to?
Please repeat that.
3x plus 0 equal 18. So what is x equal to?
3x plus 0.
Yeah, which is just 3x, right? So
Divide.
3x equal 18. What is x equal to?
6.
Hold up, lady, let me do it. 6.
18 divided by 3, and
Three.
that's equal to 6. That's right.
Mhm.
1, 8. No, Audrey is really anxious there, Mercedes. You have to excuse her.
That's
Okay.
fine. I like when they
That's all right.
I like when
Okay.
they talk to me.
Okay, so that's 6. And isn't that what we got when we did the elimination? We got x is 6, right? So
Wow.
which one do you like best with this example?
Elimination.
Elimination, right? So
Quicker and easier.
that means with elimination, what you have to do is you have to look at the equations and see how you can combine them to eliminate a variable. So you have just a one variable. Now, sometimes they're nice and clean like this, you just add, but sometimes you have a coefficient, you may have to multiply
And then divide.
an equation and then add or subtract. All right. Say for instance, if this had not been just a 1y and it was a 2, then I would probably want to multiply 2 times this equation, then I can subtract this, add the 2y and the minus 2y. So but remember, when you multiply, you have to multiply by the whole equation. So if I wanted to get 2y, I have to multiply 2 by the whole thing. So it'll be 2x plus 2y, and this will be 48. Got it?
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
I think in most cases, the elimination is shorter.
Yeah.
All right. Not always, but I would say in most cases, the elimination is a shorter step, especially when you only do one operation. Like in the case you see something in common, you just have to add them to eliminate them, or subtract to eliminate, or whatever. Okay. Any questions on simultaneous equations?
All I know, I need more practice on these too. So
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Now I want to give you, let's see if I can find one here that I want you to try to solve. Okay. Want to give you one just to practice on. Let me just get one here. If I can grab one here for you to practice. Okay. Let me just get one and then bring it up here and then see if you could solve that one. Okay. Solve that one. Okay, here's one. Okay, I'm giving you this one. And we'll work on this one together. Okay. Let me bring it back up here, but I just want to see if you can determine what you would do first. Okay. Okay, let's just bring it here. Okay. Now, so you have two equations, 4x minus 3y equal 10, 8x plus 5y equal minus 2. Now, this is one you can use elimination. All right, let's make that bigger. Okay. And I'll just put here the use elimination to solve the equation below. Now, You see the two equations, right? Number one, number two.
Yeah.
Now, what would you do first in order to use elimination? Anybody?
You add first?
Add.
No.
Okay.
Remember,
Okay.
the elimination is to eliminate one of the variables so you have just one variable to solve.
Oh,
Uh,
the Y.
really, my,
Wait a minute, she eliminate the Y.
Maureen, what are you saying? What would you do first?
wait, oh, you said a variable, right?
Yeah, the variables, you
I-
have X and Y, okay? And we want,
I will eliminate, Y.
how would you do that?
I don't know. By subtracting one from the next?
No, you still will have Y's and X's. Now,
Oh, yeah.
what you would do here, let me just give you a little hint. You see 4X here, right here? You see 8X.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah,
you get this 4X
uh-huh.
to be 8X?
Multiply by 2.
That's it. So I want
Oh.
you to do that. Multiply equation number 1 by 2. Then you'll have 8X and 8X. You could eliminate the 8X. So let me just put
Oh,
here.
I see.
You see,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So multiply. Okay, multiply. So I want you to do that. Multiply equation 1. Okay, number 1. Okay. By 2. Now remember, I say you multiply the entire equation. That means 2 times the whole thing. So let me just put that there and put that 2 in front. And then I want you to do the actual multiplication. Okay, so let me just bring that all together. Okay, now put the 2, let me just put this here, put 2, and you multiply this by the whole thing. So I'm putting it in parentheses here. So you know you multiply it. Now, when you multiply that, what do you get, Maureen? Equation number 1. What do you get?
You multiply everything by 2, right?
Yes.
2 4s is 8x.
Yeah, so
Right.
you'd have 8X, very good, and
6y
minus 6Y.
minus 6y equals to 10.
2 times 10 is,
20.
20.
remember I said you multiply by
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole equation.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
common error. Okay, so you got now equation 1 is 8X minus 6Y is 20, right? So that's still number 1. Right? Now the second one is 8X plus 5Y equal minus 2. So let's just copy that. Now, Audrey, what can we do?
Subtract.
That's it. You can subtract equation 2 from equation 1, right? So let's just draw a line here and do your subtraction. What do you get, Audrey, when you subtract?
Okay, you get
8X minus 8X is what, Audrey?
8x minus 8, that's a 0.
Okay, and what's minus 6Y minus 5Y?
Y.
What is that equal to?
Wait a minute.
Put this back up there. Okay, what's minus 6Y minus 5Y, Audrey?
That's 11
Minus 11 y. And what's 20 minus a minus 2?
22.
That's right. Minus minus plus 22. Now, Audrey, solve for y. What is y equal to?
Y.
What's y equal to?
11. Okay, this is all. We divide the 22 by 11.
Yeah, minus 11, 22
11.
divided by minus 11. What's that equal to, Audrey?
This divide, not minus.
Yeah, it's a minus. Plus over minus is
Divided by a
minus.
minus.
Unlike signs divide to give you a negative. So what's that equal to, Audrey?
Okay.
22
Come on, you know
divided
11
by
times payable.
That's 11.
22 divided by minus
11.
11, Audrey. Don't listen to Maury.
Ay, ay, ay. That's
22
11.
divided by minus 11 equal what, Audrey?
And the 11 was in 11.
Audrey, what number times 11 give 22?
2.
2. So what would it be, Audrey?
Negative 2.
That's it, negative 2. Now,
I told you, you know you're
we've
payable.
got y. Now take one of your equations and substitute y and solve for x. Now, the easiest one would be this one, right? So where you see a y, put a minus 2 and tell me what you get for x. Let's go back.
The equation she's talking about. The
Okay.
number one equation.
Well, we could take equation 1 or equation 2. So let's grab equation 1. All right. And substitute. Okay, let's put that there. Now substitute in for y a negative 2, Audrey, and tell me what you get for x.
Okay, she says it's 42. Give me that again.
Yeah. Y is a negative 2. So where you see a y here, put your negative 2.
Okay.
Right? Multiply it out. Now you just have one unknown. That's the x. So what is x equal to? What do you do next?
So that is
a minus 3 times a minus 2 gives you what?
Minus 3 minus 2 is 5.
No, multiply.
Oh, multiply is 6.
Yeah, plus 6. Okay, so this will be plus 6. Okay. Now what do? We need to get the 6 with where the 10 is. So what do we do, Audrey?
Wait a minute. 6 equals 10.
You get
So
these
we got
constants together. So how do you get the 6 on the side with the 10?
yeah.
Audrey, how do you get the 6 over on the right side?
Oh my gosh.
Opposite of adding is what, Audrey?
Wait, subtract.
Yeah, so you got to subtract the 6 from both sides, right? So this becomes, let me just copy it here. Okay, minus 6. And on the right side, minus 6. Okay. Okay, now, what do we have on the left side, Audrey? Mercedes, I heard you.
Right.
All right, payback, right?
Negative 6.
No,
So
no.
that's just 4x, right? Audrey,
Yeah.
plus 6 minus 6, 0. What's 10 minus 6, Audrey?
It's 4.
4. So what is x equal to?
Okay. It's 4 divided by 4 is 1.
Yeah, x is 1. Because 4
Exactly.
times 1 is 4, right? So x is equal to 1. So what are our answers? Y is a negative 2. So x equal 1 and y equals negative 2. Got it? So for one like this, we did the elimination, but remember we had to get them in a format where we could subtract them. So you look for these coefficients and you see what is easier for me to do here. Well, the 4 is a multiple of 8. So if I say if I make this 8, then you can do like Audrey say, subtract them, right?
Mhm.
To making sense?
Yes.
So far, which one you like best, substitution or elimination?
Elimination one.
I like the elimination. I still like the-
Elimination, yeah, because a lot of time with eliminations, like I say, you don't have to do anything but add them or subtract them or whatever and eliminate a variable. So you just have one variable and it's like the other equations we've been solving, right? But just remember, once you solve for one variable, you've got to substitute that value into one of the equations to solve the other variable. Got it? Okay, so we will stop here. Any questions on anything we've gone over? Well, your next assignment will have at least one, maybe even two simultaneous. I'll probably give you some for you just to do maybe the first step or just maybe a setup. And then I'll give you one for you to solve. Okay. And then we'll continue with our other linear equations. I thought we'd get to quadratics today, but we'll get to that next time. Okay, so no questions. I'll say so long to everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy
Good
the rest of the
evening,
evening.
good night.
Audrey,
Have
keep
a
up the good work. You did great on your assignment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Maureen,
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you having problems with your hand and all. I may have you to call me in some answers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Just to keep you up, but you're able to do them. That's good. But I can understand that, with the therapy, your hand is not always feeling so great. All right, Mercedes, any questions?
Just need a partner to work this maths with.
Making sense?
Yes. and the
Yeah,
rest.
I think you'll get it. We'll do some more practice on
Yeah, maybe because
simultaneous
I didn't start
equations.
I didn't start the first week with the class, so
Yeah.
I didn't-
We'll do some more simultaneous equations next time. And like I said, on this first homework, you're gonna have at least one or two, but not maybe solve them through completion, but at least being able to know how to set them up to solve, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so we have to
Okay.
do this one, this homework you're gonna give us.
The homework I will give you will have at least two simultaneous equations, but like I say, one will be a setup and the other one maybe for you to solve, okay? But it would be one that you could probably solve pretty quickly, all right?
Again.
Just to see how much you got out of what we went over today. And we'll do some more practice next time and probably start on quadratics. You know what quadratics are, right?
Yes,
What's
so
the
refresh
power
my-
of a quadratic?
Okay,
Fun.
plus
Two.
2. Mhm.
2, exponent 2. That's right. See the
Mhm.
exponent 2, and it's in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. That's a quadratic. All right. So we'll look at the quadratics next time.
Okay.
All
thank
right.
you.
So long, everybody.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.